Now, the list of rules that have made it to official approval, which will mean it'll be effective on January 1st, 2026, have been listed. So I'm going to remind you of the scandalous rules that we went over, and you're going to take guesses at which ones you think actually made it through.
Okay.
So remember, we had the big ones were the player voting situation. So it was you don't vote unless you're the tiebreaker if you're the person involved. Just remember that one?
Oh, I remember it.
Then we had the allotted time differences. So if you were on the tee or a drop zone or like a set place or inside of C2, you only get 30 seconds. But if you're anywhere else, you get 45 seconds. And then we had the proposal of time extensions for Elite Series or major events. What do you think got through?
I think that the time allotted got through because it's pretty inconsequential. And I think that the player voting one feels like one that would get through, but I just think it's so silly.
Why do you think it's silly?
I just think that to give all the power to all of the opponents, to everybody who has a bias. Like, no one on the card, technically on paper, is unbiased. Yeah. So now all you're doing is taking all the power away from the person who wants to fight for themselves and giving to all their opponents. Yeah. Which just doesn't make any sense to me. Okay. But I'm gonna guess that one got through. I don't think that time extension got through.
All of them got through.
Oh no.
Yeah. So just to remind you, the voting thing, this is the language, because they struck out some of the language, but a lot of this they kept. So the new language here is all players, excluding the thrower, must participate in the first vote. The option with the most votes is the determination of the group. So if you're in a 4-person card, the most standard one, be 3 people deciding the vote.
And then that also includes, right, that if somebody says they didn't see it, then it's a courtesy violation, right?
Well, hold on. There's a different addition to that now.
Okay.
So the thrower may briefly state, this is in bold. The thrower may briefly state their opinion, but may not argue or lobby the group for an outcome. I find that so funny. Yeah. Like, what about my opinion being stated? Like, what's the difference between my opinion being stated and me lobbying for an outcome? Like I personally think it landed in bounds. That's my opinion, but I also just lobbied for an outcome. Yeah. Like, so I think that's funny.
I think it's in bounds. Will you guys please say it's in bounds?
If you argue or lobby for an outcome, you've committed a courtesy violation. Oof. If there's a tie after the first vote, which should only happen in like a 5-person or a 3-person card, then the thrower must vote in order to break the tie. It should just say, if there's a tie, obviously the decision sides with the thrower because he now decides. Yeah. The original proposal said abstaining from a group vote is a courtesy violation. They struck that out. Now it says players may abstain from a group vote if and only if they were not physically present. Otherwise, abstaining from a group vote is courtesy violation. You just run away. You just got to run away. And then you're good.
That's crazy.
So, yeah, the excessive time... if you were just,
I'm gonna weaponize that rule.
That one is the most toxic because the whole like that sounded a little bit like you were lobbying there. I'm gonna go ahead and strike you the courtesy violation. Like,
I just can't wait to be like,
carried around
I think I'm in bounds there. Like, I don't know, I didn't see. You didn't see?
Yeah,
you didn't see.
If you carried
courtesy violation,
if you carry around this rule book, you could be evil out there. Yeah. Because like these time rules are where it gets really spicy because you get all these language they're adding in. So now a lot of time is different. And their reasoning for this makes sense. Where they're basically saying, it is funny though that it's only 15 seconds, but they're basically saying like if you're throwing a putt inside the circle or this is inside of circle 2, or you're going to a drop zone or you're on the tee, those are shots that you could rehearse ahead of time before you need to approach your lie. Mm-hmm. Whereas anywhere else on the course, you might have to wait for somebody else to throw, be a part of that, and then get to your lie, and all of a sudden you're like, now I have to assess. I do like that. Not to mention, that's a reasonable.
On your tee shot, you've already practiced as well. Right. You usually know what you're going to do going into it.
Right, and that's a reasonable line of thought. It is just funny that like that the whole difference between like assessing a brand new lie or like walking up to a tee pad is 15 seconds is what it buys you. And it's so specific. I just love it. So, and then they also added, this is your allotted time. So your allotted time begins after the previous player has thrown and the player is next in throwing order and the player has determined the location of their lie and the player has addressed their lie and the playing area remains clear. And then it goes on to like 7 different ways that define when they've addressed their lie. And then it's that whole one is very annoying. But like whatever. That one won't matter because nobody is actually going to time these things. Where it gets the most spicy, and the funny thing is you had to Hunter and I both thought that this was not actually approved because it's not with those rules. But when you search time extension, you find out you have to scroll almost to the bottom of this page to find that it was included. So the infamous time extensions will exist now remember, these are not going to exist at your local events. These are going to be pro majors and elite series events, which I believe are also going to be classified as majors.
So most of us will never come in contact with these rules.
Yes. Well, no, just this one. The other ones, that's for
the
everybody.
rest of them is for everybody.
That's for everybody.
Oh, shoot.
This one is the one that you won't come into contact with most likely.
Okay.
So the time extension has happened. It's now, you get 2 time extensions. You can either call for it yourself or somebody can call it on you. Yeah.
It's just so
30-second. And you have to note them on the scorecard. You have to note when time extensions were given to keep track of when they were noted.
I can see it happening whenever I'm going for a deep straddle. Really got to get around that tree. And then all of a sudden, ooh, I got a cramp. You know?
Here's what gets me, and I don't think. Let's say this is what they wrote about the time extensions. I'll give them their side of the case. First of all, they say this concept has been championed by staff and players' council for several years. So the members of the Pro Tour Players' Council in particular believe it will help players make calls and will normalize self-officiating and have committed to helping nurture that culture. So the Players' Council is going to be out there narking, is what it sounds like. They're going to be the neighborhood defenders, the watchers of the night.
Yeah,
and
the neighborhood watch is what you're looking for.
Well, no, what does Dwight call them?
The HOA.
No, what is
yeah.
The Knights of the Night? Is that what they are?
I can't remember. I think so.
I think or something.
Something like that.
So in any case, like that's the idea, I guess, that they're going to nurture that culture. Nurture it. And I think it's really funny because like what is the difference? Like if you call somebody on a time extension, it's hardly better than calling them on time in general because like you're still just like you still have to say it.
Yeah.
Like if you ask somebody that was like not confrontational, like either one sucks. You don't want to say it. And the funny thing about this to me is like, let's do a little bit of a role play right now. Let's pretend I'm lining up a putt.
Okay.
You're certain it's taken much longer than my allotted time. So you're gonna say time extension.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Time extension.
Prove it. Now what do you do? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't have to clock these things. So like, does somebody have to second it? Do they write anything in there?
You don't have to. Wait, you don't have to clock it?
It just says. I don't.
Because before it was you had to have been timing it. You had to have a stopwatch or something.
It just says a player uses a time extension by notifying the group. Players may not use one more time. Player. It doesn't say anything in here about having to like.
I think before it said that you had to have.
But like, what do we expect? People to be walking around with stopwatches?
Well, I mean,
there were new rules implemented about going on being put on the clock. But this is
basically
different.
Mean that like, if I know that I'm on a card with somebody who is known for.
That's even more devious though. If you pull out your phone stopwatch and they just turn like that's crazy work. But that's basically what Drew Gibson did to Cupcake in that Instagram post that one time.
That's funny.
Because, like, I still, I don't think everybody.
Also, I could just have I could just have a still like screen on my phone where I had stopped a stopwatch at 45 seconds. I could just have it. It'd be like time extension. Be like prove it. And be like, look.
Right here.
I
got it right here. I just like, I don't know if they'll, I understand like what they're trying to do. They're trying to fix a problem with the wrong solution. It's like, it's the pace of play thing is an attitude thing. It's about the players deciding they're going to play quicker. And then like, you can try to you can put players on the clock via Rangers, and I think that helps if you're like actually really enforcing. But like asking the players to self-officiate time, it's not gonna happen.
Why do they think the time extension is going to help self-officiate? Is it because it's not like I'm not saying you're getting a violation.
Right.
I'm saying, hey, I'm giving you an extension so that you don't get a violation.
Like what? And all of a sudden, what happens when Buddy uses his 2 time extensions on the first hole, and then the rest around you're just in the same spot?
Yeah,
like
I mean that's what
like he didn't learn.
I
anything.
don't think people are going to call it any more than they were going to call like time violation. I think it would just be if you're experiencing like backups on the course, just saying, hey, we're sending an official out to put people on the clock. Yeah. That's going to speed people up.
It's a dead horse, and we beat it to death, but it is now, we had to beat it to death one more time because it was actually voted in officially now, so this is our life now. So we had to remind you of that.
Yeah.
Made it in. PDGA staff. If you want to look through the whole list, they have it posted. It is very long, and a lot of it is just them changing language of stuff. I mean, literally, like I'm scrolling and I'm scrolling and I'm scrolling, and it just never ends.
No, trust me, this is a good idea.
And some of it's funny because they just change.
No, trust me, this is a good idea.
I like it when they just change the letters at some of them. Like this used to be subsection F, and now it's A, and then this one was like they've changed. They just reorganized a bunch. So whoever has to organize all this and do this and post it, honestly.
Probably ChatGPT.
That's probably where our membership dues are going. Yeah, that's a good point. It's probably GPT-5 or whatever the heck it is. Maybe we ought to have that guy. That
guy.
We ought to have the AI thing rewrite the whole PDGA website and make it sick.
That's a good idea.
Put like insane like games in there. Like the old Disney Channel website where you had like different... Like every show had its own games.
Yeah,
remember that?
That was a good time.
You're gonna go to the top of the PDGA website and you're gonna be like, "This has a touchscreen." I'm a wizard. This laptop has a touchscreen, bro. I just moved the page. That was such a jump scare. Holy cow! I thought I was a wizard. Whoa, whoa, whoa! That didn't work.
Dude, I remember whenever I was in middle school and like having a touchscreen laptop would be like the coolest thing I could imagine.
Like they can't do that. Surely.
No way.
That big?
Like I wish I could just touch.
Just imagine going to the top of the PDGA website right now and you scroll down and there's an Owen Scoggins game in there.
Yeah, that'd be a good time.
Yeah. Anyways, that was Talking Rules with the PDGA boys.